Welcome back to the Bombadiers, everyone. We are playing Pokemon. I don't know if this is Sword or Shield because I just sort of came in wherever. Which one is this? Pokemon Sword. We're playing Pokemon Sword. We're about to... the gym mission got cleared.
We're going to fight my son.
Great.
We're going to fight and destroy my son because he needs to learn how to play Pokemon the proper way.
I love that.
Goodness, this is discipline.
Here's one thing that I do want to do, and that is... I just saw a post from my friend who said...
kid.
I'm laughing just fucking looking at it.
He's a buff kid.
My friend says, this is... Oh, sorry. My friend says, this is what happens when I try to quickly write down my dreams when I wake up in the night. And her notepad screenshot says... Gonna be a little dramatic here. Video game called The Crust. Sprites were bunny people, but it played like Skyrim, and there was a stone that gave ultimate power, but it was a Munmee's Paw situation. You played inside, then game through it like it was real loafing.
Like it was what?
What's happening?
I think I missed something.
No, it's like she's writing, and then her spelling just got too difficult to parse.
Oh
and
no!
She like woke up, was like, "You play inside the game."
Definitely Dynamax.
I keep looking at. I think what she meant to write was, "You played inside the game." Though, like it was real life, but it was like you play capital A played inside, then game through like it was real loafing.
I love it when spelling or like English gets really, really, really bad, like dramatically like that.
Sort of like the
the pufferfish thing.
What the?
It's like the story of. You know, I'm just going to tell the story.
That's a dandelion. It's not a pufferfish.
It's a sesame seed ball.
What is happening? What is this? What the fuck is happening?
So, Michael,
you're very strong.
The story that you told me reminded me of this one.
It's a kaiju battle.
Man and girl go out to drive under moonlight. They stop at a side of road. He turned to his girl and say, "Baby, I love you very much." "What is it, honey?" "Our car is broken down. I think the engine is broken. I'll walk and get some more fuel." "Okay, I'll stay here and look after our stereo. There have been news report of stereos being stolen."
This one does.
"Good idea. Keep the doors locked no matter what. I love you, sweaty." So the guy... Excuse me, let me take a sip of water.
Right.
So the guy left to get full for the car. After 2 hours, the girls say, "Where is my baby? He was supposed to be back by now."
Oh, geez.
Then the girl hear a scratching sound and voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it, and then after a while, she goes to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man door hand hook car door.
That's my favorite climax of any story.
It's not my favorite climax.
Love it.
That is.
Shut up.
What? I mean, I like a lot of climaxes. Don't tell my Precious to shut up.
My God.
Wait, which one told me to shut up this time?
It was me.
How dare
It was
you, Andrew?
It's always me.
So dismissive.
Andrew is
It's
Andrew's
always
a shut up
you.
bro.
pro censorship, pro cancel
Andrew's
culture.
anti-free
Just
speech.
like the liberals.
Andrew,
I am.
They're
that's true.
censoring me.
Andrew banned
from telling you guys
lies from college campuses.
the Jews control hail.
Oh,
I'm positive. That's what I've learned from the internet. Okay, Jews control hail, and the government is putting corrupted and bacteria-laden rainwater in our vaccines, and that's giving us the artistic.
We have more vaccines now than we did 50 years ago.
Everyone knows it's the damn Moroccans.
You mean the Americans?
Yeah, exactly. The call's coming from inside the house.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
People say that people say that the Earth is flat. Oh, the Earth is round. The Earth used to be round. The Moroccans ironed it out.
Jesus
now it's
Christ,
flat.
This is a reference to an older video, guys. I hope you're watching this in order.
I would like to just say something really quickly.
I tried to take the red pill, but I'm colorblind. Yeah, what's up?
We have more vaccines now than we did 50 years ago.
Oh, God.
Let that
This is the
sink
argument
in.
my anti-vax father makes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's almost like we've made medical progress.
Can I also, okay.
I love
Since
that
we're doing
the
a-
response to that there was this one thing that was like, what do you think people used to not have vaccines to solve all of their problems? What do you think they did then?
They
And someone
died
was
of
like,
polio.
They died, Karen. They died.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Since
it
we're
was
doing a hashtag no politics episode, I need to make, so two of you know the story. Andrew, this is mostly for your benefit.
Hooray.
I need to make clear, my father is dumb. I love him very, very much.
Is he there?
My father is dumb. He's very religious. No, he's very conservative. And he's very gullible. He's very swayed by shit he reads online. He is not a white nationalist, and I cannot stress
love
this
this
enough.
one.
But the other day he comes over and he says, Rachel, I'm a white nationalist. And I was like, Dad,
This is my favorite part.
No, you're not. Why would you even think that's a thing that you can call yourself? And he's like, Rachel, you're letting the left tell you what to think. There's nothing wrong with white nationalism. And I was like, Dad, what do you think white nationalism is? And he's like, well, I favor strict immigration policies and I'm white. So I'm a white nationalist. I was like, no, Dad, they're literal neo-Nazis. And you've been telling people this at work. And I cannot convince him to stop calling himself a white nationalist.
Wait, you
because when I
still
tell him
can't
these things,
Oh.
no, I've explained all of this, and he's like, Rachel, that's just what the left wants you to think. I identify as a white nationalist. Like, Dad, you're not a Nazi.
Yeah,
Please
there's-
stop.
Did he
Oh my
Did you
God.
tell him to start using
white nationalism.
people first language?
Did I what?
I said, did you tell him that he should start using people first language?
I don't know what
He's
people
a
first language is.
He's a nationalist who is also white.
Oh, that would be handy because that is his literal definition of this. But no. And he just doesn't believe me. So he's been like going around at work talking about how he identifies as a white nationalist. And I'm just like, oh, Dad, I love you so much, but you're so
That'd
dumb.
be very
So
much
dumb.
like me claiming to be
So
a
dumb.
male rights activist because I'm a rights activist and I'm male.
And you're male.
Are you an activist?
Well, I mean, it was for an example.
Something
Okay?
that I've been thinking about a lot. Actually.
Well, it's okay, you did
I'm
it
sorry.
anyway.
I just shut that down. I'm sorry.
No, this is something
I'm
that
sorry.
I've actually been thinking about a lot because I don't consider myself an activist. Like,
You're just an internet
I
Batman.
talk a lot about politics, but that's just because I don't like bullshit. And like I do research, but that's just because I like to be right about things. In the sense
completely.
in the sense that if I'm going to say something, I would like for it to be the correct thing. Which I think
Why would you want
yes,
that?
wanting to be right is you're right. It's apparently much more profitable to just not give a fuck about it, but whatever.
I mean, apparently.
But like I don't there was a quote at like a conference that Barack Obama put out that like really annoyed me. Like he was talking about how like, oh, if you correct someone on Twitter for like using the wrong term, like, well, that's not activism. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not activism. It's just like saying a thing, like trying to be like decent. It's not, you don't need to be like, you see, I was an activist. Like nobody's fucking like typing out like refer to people by their correct pronouns, please, and being like, I just did 12 activisms in my Twitter replies. It was weird because like I didn't want to like go up and say like, oh, Obama is wrong here, because technically he's right. It's just like a weird framing of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
these whole
Okay,
things
Boomer.
of
if,
like,
if we do look at people
labels.
who try and like call stuff out when they see it as activists, then there are definitely two different types of activists. We have like people who like see something and say something, and then we have guys like Bernie Sanders, who was literally arrested for protesting segregation.
That is activism.
Yep. Yeah.
That is like that kind of like action, like going out in real life and like physically like taking action. Although,
like if I grow a mustache for November, that doesn't make me an activist.
Yeah, I would argue that there are like things that you can do online that are activism. You can raise money for a cause. You can, like organize some sort of like petition or something like that. But other than that, you're just like a person who fucking agrees with a cause. Like you agree that a cause is good. This is along the same lines of like a bunch of there was a bunch of debate over like whether men should be considered or referred to inherently, whether they can be like feminists per se. And that came down to a lot of discussion about like what a feminist actually was, what like experiences were required.
Yeah.
And like I don't think I really came down heavily on any particular side of the debate because I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you say like I'm a feminist or not. Like it doesn't matter. Like the concepts are what matters. The ideas are what matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to say I'm a feminist than I support the cause of feminism.
It's easier to say I'm a feminist than to say like I am willing to like actually do research on a topic and listen to people on a topic. Like a bunch of people say they consider themselves feminists and it doesn't matter. Christina Hoff Sommers says she's a feminist. It doesn't fucking matter. She's like Gamergate's biggest like mom. Like it doesn't if anything should like really speak to the uselessness of labels, it's that Christina Hoff Sommers calls herself a feminist and Dave Rubin calls himself a fucking liberal. It's labels mean
the
fucking
classical
nothing.
Liberal stance.
And by the opposite token, like when people argue like, oh, I'm not a Nazi.
Poor Andrew.
And another thing.
Sorry, just Andrew sounded.
It's the political episode. I was thinking that as I was saying it, but I have something else to say, and I've already been going for a while, so fuck it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's pink, guys!
It's a stuffer. Yes. It evolves into beware.
I want it.
Okay, hold on. We'll see.
Yay!
Oh. When we name it,
Daddy.
I have an idea. Can we all like each pick a letter and then like circle around 3 times? So like
I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
We circle around 3 times.
Yeah, 'cause it's 12
alphabetical.
Yes,
alphabetical.
I love
Okay,
it.
Andrew, Eli, Michael, Ray.
Wow, you did that fast.
I'm good at math.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he's a smart boy.
Good job. This man
I'm
knows his
good
alphabet.
at
He's a smart
math.
boy.
I don't know what that has to do with the alphabet, but I'm good at math. I'm just bragging.
I love alphabets.
My alphabets,
Yeah.
my cereal was haunted. I got alphabets and put them in my bowl and it just said, ooh.
Ooh.
What you just did was sort of like
You just stole a Family Guy
it's
joke.
really just like you did a like you just did a really good basketball dunk, and they're like, "Wow, you're really good at basketball." And you're like, "Yeah, I got a big dick."
So, I mean, I am really good at basketball compared to like compared to people.
Aaron Carter.
Oh no, Maiku.
Aaron Carter beat Shaq. Don't forget that.
Yeah, well,
We really can't
Bam.
forget that fact.
He put it in the hoop
Right.
like slam.
Elias is just a regular guy with a big ass dick.
a big ass, and he does have a dick.
It's actually
I mean,
a dick
he does have a
that's on
squat
my ass.
booty, and it's
an ass
very,
dick. And it's very big.
it's very squeezable.
He's got a
and he's got an
booty
enormous cock, like
and a
the size
dick.
of my thigh. Honestly,
Oh my god.
Well, that's not.
And you're
gonna
short
work.
waisted,
listen, we
so your
had
thighs
to
are
get
longer than
industrial
usual.
strength lube to make that shit world. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They are. They're like, I have insanely long thighs. We had to get industrial strength lube to even like get it a little bit in there, and it made a squeaking sound the whole way.
Yeah.
It's
Because
like,
she had a
my
clean
skin
asshole.
was just like, no, it's not. This is not supposed to happen.
That's how
Also
the
that.
body works. That's how the body works. That's
Wow.
how the
Oh, Michael,
booty works.
you weren't here for this, but so Andrew and I both agree, but Elias does not. You know, like a freshly washed butthole when it's just like sparkly clean. It's all squeaky and rubbery. Doesn't that remind you, like texture-wise, of a dolphin?
I'm so glad that you asked me this because that's this is very much my wheelhouse. This is very much.
I mean, I'm sure
area.
you've touched a butthole, at least your own.
Do you not like wash your butthole?
But I don't. I haven't touched a dolphin before. First of all, and second,
neither have I. But I'm just
not
assuming.
stopping in there to be like, what's this texture reminiscent of?
This will definitely.
Like, I'm not
is happening?
cooking. Yes.
Baby
Dolphin
doll, does
buttholes.
baby doll eyes even
reminds me of the vineyards of France. Old
What? I have baby doll eyes.
What does it even do, though?
Oh my god, yay!
It lowers
time.
attack and yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
We're naming it right now, Andrew.
We are naming it right now in the B-roll. Shut up.
Oh my god, Andrew. Andrew.
They can't see what you're doing.
They can't.
W.
see it.
A.
Yeah. W.
V.
V.
You fucking heard me.
Exclamation point.
Wow. Is that the
no,
name?
we have to do
No.
it 2 more
No,
times.
we gotta keep going.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my turn.
Yeah.
Andrew hates our
You
ideas.
could do a space.
I did do a space.
Okay, good.
It's Eli's
Okay.
turn.
H.
Okay.
No, not K. It's Michael's choice.
I know that.
Michael.
Oh.
Michael.
Oh, did you say O?
He. Wait, he.
Did you say he?
He is not a letter.
And there
No.
we go.
Yay.
One more
No,
time,
we gotta do
Andrew.
it one more time.
I
He
did
chose
it.
an exclamation
Yeah,
point.
we just did. So we have one more now. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So now we have one more, yeah.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor
Got
and click the option menu that has the N's with all the different accents?
Oh my god.
Give me the OE.
Love it.
Actually, do we want to make that?
No.
Never mind.
This is my choice, Andrew.
Okay.
They had their choices and they didn't.
All right.
All right, Michael.
Michael.
I'm looking. Jesus. Go back into the special characters, please.
Oh, like Sephiroth?
The U with the umlaut.
There it is.
There we go. Thank you.
What does any of this even
Wave.
mean?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Wait.
Can I have a bracket, please?
A bracket?
I want a bracket. Give me a
we
bracket,
don't have
Daddy.
enough B-roll to
Strong.
do this whole name.
Which one?
Left or right?
This is a long B-roll episode.
I want the right bracket.
A lot of politics, a lot of B-roll.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Wave ho! Has been sent to the box.